Hello. 1 second. Hello. Sorry about that. Welcome to the ABCs of Weight Loss. I'm Deanna, and I'm on an adventure to lose over 100 pounds, and this is the ABCs of Weight Loss. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there in the beginning, and I hope everybody can find their way back to the right one, because I started the wrong one, and then I had this one going and that one going, and I figured out that I had to have this one going. And we have cats that are just, joining in. They want to talk about words that start with the letter X. So much fun today that we are having. Welcome. Yeah, I started it wrong. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I did something stupid, and I've got this cat that wants to be part of the live stream today. We're just having all kinds of fun. So, welcome. Like I said, welcome to the ABCs of Weight Loss. Today we are talking about words that start with the letter X. And as we always do, put your guesses in the chat box if you have any guesses of any words that start with the letter X. Because, the letter X is a fun word for sure. Oh, I can't read the chat without my glasses on, so they must stay, even though they're dirty and I can't really see through them very well. We're gonna roll with it. Anyway, talking about words that start with the letter X, while we are waiting for people to put in their guesses in the chat box, I want to thank you very much for watching either live or joining in on the replay. I appreciate you very, very much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and like the video. Leave me a comment if you would be so kind, because it does help out the series. And I love doing the ABCs of Weight Loss. I think that we have just absolutely amazing conversations. It's so interesting to hear different thoughts and perspectives and ideas about the words that I bring up every week, and it's just so enlightening, and it can really just completely just blow my mind sometimes with the words that people come up with the thoughts that they have, with the perspectives that they have. And it's something that I'm just constantly learning new things from the people that watch the videos and participate in the chat. It is just so informative, and I appreciate you. So I want to keep being able to do this stream, but it'll help me out a lot if you click that like button and leave a comment. It's not that I'm trying to grow my channel or anything, but it doesn't hurt either if I were to grow my channel. So, anyway, nobody has any guesses after that long ramble. I keep looking out the window, by the way. It is, we have flash flood warnings. It's supposed to be storming. The trees are just going back and forth. So it's very, very distracting because it's like right there, like right past my computer is the outdoors and the trees blowing and everything. So it's very distracting. So I'm sorry if I keep, like looking away. But storms, they're mesmerizing, as is the ABCs of weight loss. So mesmerizing. So I'm a little bit amped up today because I was not feeling very well. I was not feeling well on Sunday. I slept a lot Sunday night. I slept a lot Monday night. Last night I got over 8 hours of sleep. And normally my hours is like 7 hours, 6 hours and 55 minutes. Like, to get 7 hours of sleep is a thing for me. And I just wasn't feeling, 100%. And then today I finally woke up and I was feeling like myself again. I was feeling energetic. I was excited about the day. I was ready to do all the things that I want to do every day, and I hadn't been feeling like that in a couple of days. So I'm just like feeling just so amped up about it. It's like whenever you don't feel good like yourself for a couple of days and then you finally do, it just feels so good. So I'm just like, excited to be sharing the ABCs of weight loss. I'm excited to be feeling good. I'm excited about all of that. I'm excited about Penny Cat, who just doesn't understand that she is not a host of the ABCs of weight loss. She wants to be one, but she's not, but we're going to run with it. We're going to run with it. All right, so we got the Googles working on words that begin with the letter X. Google probably isn't helping out so much because, man, the letter X is a hard one. So it's my show. It's my thing, and I can do whatever I want with the letter X. So we're cheating today. We are cheating. We are going to cheat because, I hope that LB finds us too. I hope that she can find us. We're here. I started the wrong one, and I'm so sorry. Yay, she did. Woohoo. Yes, we are cheating. So, okay, since we're cheating, and you guys don't have to go with words that necessarily start with the letter X. I'm not going to just like bust out into it. I'm going to give you a minute now that you know that we're taking some liberties, that we're cheating. They can be hyphenated words. They can be words that kind of start with the letter X because the letter X, I couldn't find a word. I couldn't find one word that starts with the letter X. Like, how are you supposed to do a live stream with the letter X when you can't find a single word? Ooh, well, that's one. Exercise. We just take off the E for sure. Exercise. The word sexy does have an X in it. So words that contain the letter X maybe could be what we're doing today. Words that become, I love that. I love that for a word. We didn't talk about sexy whenever we talked about words that begin with the letter S. And I can really, this cat, she's got to go, but she's so needy and I love her. I could really go into a lot of conversation about sexy. Confidence is sexy. Confidence is sexy. This cat is not. So, exercise. Sexy. And I am just, she's like shedding. I don't know if you can see that fur fall, but just fur everywhere. I'll be coated in fur. She's a fur ball. Sexy is not a topic I am well versed in. Oh. Okay, you gotta go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. No more fur. Just, I'm gonna breathe it in and it's gonna make me cough and everything. And all the things. So, yep, it's in my nose. There we go. Awesome. So, I'm going to bring it up because exercise, we talk about exercise all the time. So, no offense to anybody that said the word she's right back up. Right back up. No offense to anybody that brought up the word exercise, but not something I want to talk about right now. Although I did get in good exercise today. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy, it hurts. Okay. So, sexy. Oh my gosh. We can make things just sound so sexy and so appealing. Like people on that deal with like commercials, food commercials, food. There was this snack that I got at the grocery store and I shared it on one of my videos the other day, and it was like, indulge guiltlessly, delicious snack, but all of these words, these descriptor words that the manufacturers used to just make this food sound so just sexy. Like, there's a friend of mine that her thing is like, but is it a party in my mouth? Is that food a party in my mouth? Like, everything doesn't have to be a party in your mouth. Everything doesn't just have to be that sexy and delicious and scrumptious and decadent and all the things. So, but they try and make food just sound so sexy all the time. I really get it, from manufacturers and from restaurants and all these ads that we get. They try to play this like psychological warfare on us to get us to buy these products. And then they put stuff in the food. They chemically manufacture this. They scientifically manufacture it. They do studies. They have research and development teams that are there to solely get you to consume these items and then to overconsume these items, or to keep craving more of these items. Not that they're necessarily that good for you. They manufacture them. They make it just so sexy. Food. And it's so weird to use the word sexy whenever we talk about food, but they're doing it. They're like transferring the word over. So, that's my whole little rant on the word sexy. I'm glad that somebody brought it up. I never really would have thought about it, but I was ready to rant about it. I was ready to rant about it. The way that they go with these foods, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, come on, let's get down again. She just won't stop. She's not gonna stop. And I don't know if you can see this, if it's translating how much fur there is now on my shirt, but there's a ton of it. I do love the sound of some voices. I guess they could be sexy voices. Did that just come out of nowhere, or did I miss something? Alright, I don't know. Anyway. Food. Food is sexy. Like, creamy. Chewy. Hello to Sharia. Welcome, 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 welcome. We are talking about words that start with the letter X, but today we're cheating because we can't find any words that begin with the letter X. So we're doing words that kind of start with the letter X, or a word that you want to talk about that you think may or may not relate to weight loss that contains the letter X. And we just went on a nice long rant about the word sexy. The word sexy. Oh, sometimes it's the voice describing the food more than the food itself. Thank you, Loki, very much. Yeah, there are people outside. 1 second. Go. He got kicked off the live stream. I get that. Tasharia has those sexy abs, yes. Yeah, I aspire. I'm doing the 30-day ab challenge with Kirsten QuickFit. So you follow Kirsten QuickFit's group on Facebook, and she's doing a 30-day ab challenge where every day we get to, work out our abs. So yeah, we can someday aspire to have those awesome abs. It does make more sense. The sexy voice gets you to buy the food. I'm hearing one in the back of my head, and I can't think of what it is right now. But yes, the way that they're describing the food, and it just makes it seem so much more good than it would if you just saw the picture of the food. It's like, oh, and then it just sets off this little ticker craving thing in your brain, and it drives you crazy, and then you feel like you gotta have it, when really what that is what you're having at that point in time. You're just having a craving, you're just having an urge. And that's where something that I follow, which is the 24-hour plan, is every day I write down the foods that I'm going to have. Okay, this is what I'm going to have for breakfast, that's what I'm going to have for lunch, that's what I'm going to have for dinner. And then I try to stick to that plan to the best of my abilities. Sometimes my husband's going to throw a wrench in the plan and say, you know what, I don't want to make that for dinner, let's go out, or blah, blah, blah. And then I got to have a debate, and there's a whole thing, and whatever. But anyway, I try to stick to that to the best of my abilities. But whenever I'm having a craving or an urge, like I see a commercial, I see something that makes the food seem all sexy, I say, well, that's not on my 24-hour plan. I'm just having a craving. I'm just having an urge. If it's with me here again tomorrow, and I still want that, then I can put that on my plan for the day. I can make a plan for that. Or maybe tomorrow is not in the cards, but if I still want that, say, on Saturday or Sunday, I can make it part of the plan then. 1 second. Come on. Don't give it to cat. Don't attack. He doesn't want to be in. He doesn't want to be out. Sorry, I apologize. But that way I have a plan, and then I can just tell that urge that, it can wait. And a lot of times, you're going to find that it waits. I know that Misty has a lot of success with a plan. She doesn't do it in the 100% exact way that I do it, but she does make a plan, and she does, tell herself that, she can wait, and it's something that works for her as well. I know that she's talked about it before, that she has success with that. So if you don't know Misty, she's the moderator. She's the one that has the little blue wrench next to her name. Her channel name is Your Pal Misty. If you don't know her, you need to go check her out. So look her up, find her. She's a huge inspiration and motivation and everything in my life. So just want to mention that. So sexy. How else does sexy kind of apply to weight loss? I mean, some of us want to look sexy, I think. Some of us want to look sexy, maybe feel sexy. I am not. It's just the truth. She said I'm too kind, but like I said, it's just the truth. Word next. How so next? You just done talking about sexy. You are, LB. You are. We all are. I don't. Yes, my plan isn't exactly the same, but I do like ignoring the impulse. Well, I don't like it, but it works really well. That is so true. And it's one of those things that gets easier, and then some days it's really easy to ignore the impulse, and other days it's like excruciating hard. And I like to really focus and think about the times where it's easy to ignore the impulse versus the days that it's like excruciating hard, because if I'm always focused on what's hard, then nothing's ever going to be easy. So if I focus on those times where it was easy to ignore the impulse, it makes it easier the next time, and it doesn't feel like it's such a struggle. So I kind of like create my own reality in my head by focusing on the easy versus focusing on what's so hard. Ooh, okay, like next steps or next goal. I get ya. Man, feeling better is sexy. Just in a way, it just feels so much better. Why can't it not be sexy? Like, sexy, I think, is just a word that, what everybody thinks is sexy is their own idea of what is sexy. So if feeling better, is sexy to you, then I'm all for that. I really wanted to get fast food on my way home tonight. So silly, just because I was near work. Nope, didn't do it. It's like that habit brain. It just like controls you, and it's just like, okay, but and it's so funny how it can be so far reserved. It can be like years since that was your regular routine and habit, and then you catch yourself in a situation, and that habit brain remembers a habit that you had from years ago, and it automatically offers that up as a solution. It's like, hey, you know what? You worked hard all day. You went and saw a friend. I know that you used to find joy in going to get fast food on the way home and eating it versus going home worried about, getting some more steps in, making a great meal plan, all of these different things. Your brain just offers it up as habit, and it is hard to talk yourself out of those, impulses sometimes. I don't even like Popeyes. Don't even like it. I heard it. So, next steps, next goals. I think that that's a great word that has the letter X. So thinking about next steps and next goals. I think that is something that we can always be focused on. What are the next steps? What are the next goals? Because no matter where you're at in your journey, there's always what's next. And what's next could just mean what's tomorrow. What's next could mean what's next this weekend. It could be what's next month. And we always want to kind of be prepared for that. One of the things that I always liked to do in the No BS system is they had us do a monthly, review, and then a monthly, goal setting. And part of that goal setting was taking a look at the month ahead and saying, oh, okay, so on my calendar, I've got, this outing with family, I've got this outing with friends, I got this stuff with coworker, I got this vacation planned, and there's this holiday, and kind of taking a look at that and having the foresight to plan ahead of time, because there are going to be days and activities where we're not going to be able to stick to our goal as rigidly as we do other days. So we just make a plan for it, because we can plan those days in. We don't always have to be 100%, strict and rigid with ourselves. We can have a little bit of leniency, but if we make sure to plan for it and we have more of an idea and a goal, then that's going to help us to be more successful. So we get to plan, like I was talking about vacations the other week, and whenever we talk about vacations, we don't want to think about just making a plan for the vacation. We want to make a plan for what's coming up leading up to the vacation, and then what's the plan for after the vacation. So that's the same whenever we're going to have a holiday, if we're going to have a night out with friends. What's the plan leading up to that, and what's the plan as soon as the event is over? So that we have a plan all the way through. That's what's next, is having those next, ideas in mind for what we're going to do. Taking a look and being prepared for what's ahead. I mean, most of us, whenever we approach, our work life, we probably think about, well, we get up and we think about, some people do it in the shower, some people do it on the car ride into work, some people do it as soon as they get to work, some people do it the night before they leave work for the day. They think about what's next. What are my next steps at work going to be? And we just think about our lives and what we're going to do. What's next? We're always thinking about what's next. What are the next steps? What are my next goals? What can I do? And I love that word. I love that word. That's a great word. Next. Hello, Derek, and welcome to the ABCs of Weight Loss. We're talking about words that start with the letter X, and we're kind of cheating a little bit, and we're using words that contain the letter X, or some variation, because it's hard to find a word that starts with the letter X. So we get to play a little bit today, and that's fun, and I love it. Goals or fitness. So I think that's excellent. I think fitness goals are always great goals, because fitness goals are going to transcend a weight loss journey. Fitness goals are something that you can always have. They do not, once you reach a goal weight and you're maintaining that goal weight, whatever, you're always going to have fitness goals, whether it's to be stronger, to be flexible, to increase your endurance. There's so many different fitness goals, and we're going to want to have these fitness goals. And we're always going to want to be focused on them long until we're in our 90s. We're still going to want to have fitness goals, because we're going to be able to, keep our mobility. Our fitness might be mental fitness, just, keeping up with things like that. So fitness is always something that we're going to think of. Always, I think. I think that's just a great, important thing that we incorporate into our lives. And for every single person out there, it's gonna be different. You have to do it your way. What's good for you. It's so easy to get caught up in what other people are doing, and how far they can run, and how fast they can walk, and how many steps they can get, and how much they can lift, and how much they can do. Pay attention to you. Pay attention to what you can do, and can you be a little bit better. Don't get caught up in the rat race of comparison. There's no joy. Comparison is the thief of all joy. Do not get caught up in comparison. You got to do what's right for you, and where you're at today, and what you can do tomorrow. And don't be afraid to say, you know what, maybe I pushed myself a little bit too hard. Maybe I can't go that fast at reaching that goal, and I got to slow down a little bit. And you take, a step back, and then you move forward again. That's all part of it. That's all part of the process. My next step is to get back into my weight loss journey. And the easiest way to do that is, you get started with one thing. You pick one thing and you start with that. And then the easiest way is, after you get good at that one thing, now you start with thing number 2. And then you add to thing number 3. And that kind of brings me a little bit to the word extreme. That was one of the words I wanted to talk about today, was the word extreme. Because a lot of times we want to, we're like, oh hell, I got to do something. This isn't working for me. I got to go on a diet. I got to change something. And we try to go to extremes. And we're going to cut out all fast food. We're going to cut out soda. We're going to cut out alcohol. We're going to exercise our butts off. We're going to eat all the fruits and vegetables. We're only going to eat lean meats. And and we go to these extremes where it's just not realistic. Let me do a juice cleanse. Whenever it's like so much. Like whenever you're trying to make these total 180s on your entire lifestyle, how realistic is it that you're going to be able to keep up with that? How long do you think you can maintain that before you're like, this is stupid. I'm miserable. I hate this. I hate every moment of it. I don't like waking up. I don't want to do any of it. All of it's dumb. But if you just start doing little things and you just start adding in exercise, you just start adding in fruits and vegetables, you start adding in little things. You start adding in versus taking away. Just start by adding in some good, healthy things that we can do for ourselves. And then after we're good at adding in things, then maybe we can think about, okay, well, maybe I'm ready to give up this one thing for a week. One little thing for a day, for a meal, for whatever. Instead of going to these big extremes. It's not always the best method for everybody. Some people, bless their hearts, are good at extremes. But it's not something that I'm good at. I'm not good at extremes. I'm good at starting off with something small and building upon it, building my confidence, feeling good about it, getting comfortable with it, and then adding on to it. I am not good at extremes. Sometimes I reset every day. Amen. I believe that. It's a daily choice. It's a daily choice. I agree. Yeah, Derek, you're a rare breed there. Need something extreme to restart fully again. And some people do need that. I can understand that. Some people need, in order to get started, they need to like do a full like body reset. They have to do like, I'm going to go on a 3-day fast and then, cleanse my body of all the sugars and all the things, and then, feel like that they can get started easier that way. I do understand that. And the thing is, you need to find what works for you. And if you find that it works for you, then do it. But if you find something that doesn't work for you, and that's why I find so much value in journaling, is whenever something doesn't work, it's important to write down about why do I think that it didn't work. And there's no wrong answer. You just flow and let it write, let it out, and write down why you think it didn't work so that you can gain some insight from your own brain about why you didn't think it worked, and maybe you can help from repeating that mistake again. I think journaling can be very helpful at figuring out what's going on inside your brain and why you do the things that you do, and to help you, again, once you figure out what went wrong, what are some of my theories, because it's theories, why do I think maybe it went wrong, then, okay, well, what do I think some of my possible solutions are? And then if you can't think of a possible solution, that's why it's great to have a weight loss community. Reach out to the friends that you make contact with, to the people that you talk to on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, in the different groups, whatever. Reach out to them and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. I don't really know why. Is there something that you think that I could do to help with that? Maybe it's you're struggling with every day after lunch a few hours later that you have to have a snack, and you're really struggling with it. And you tried to like pack, have a healthy snack available, but it's not the healthy snack that you want. Like you have the healthy snack, but you never eat the healthy snack. You always go for the unhealthy snack, the snack that's, you're going for the sweets and the chips and the salt and the, whatever the thing is for you. There's something else that you're feeding there. And maybe, with help from others, you can help to discover ways to get past that. Because it's so mental. It's not all about the food. It's so mental. It's so mental. Ooh, that's a good one. I like how you did that one too there. LB's like knocking it out of the park with these words today. Needing extra time. Oh, so good. Extra weight, needing extra time. Love it. It's okay to need extra time. So many people Well, I can really speak to this one because I need extra time. I need extra time. Whenever you look at my weight loss journey, some people would classify me as a major failure. Like, how dare she? How can she not lose 100 pounds in 2 years? She's a failure. She sucks at this. What does she know? Okay, it's harder than you think, is what I know. I know that every day can't be perfect. I know that we all don't have, the best willpower. We all don't have the best motivation. We all have stressors in life. We all have outside things that you know nothing about, So, yeah, sometimes we need extra time. And it's okay to need extra time. It's okay. Some of these things are so hard to grasp in your head. And it's okay if it takes some people longer to lose weight than it does others. There is nothing wrong with having slow weight loss. There's nothing wrong with getting off track. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just what happens. We're trying to learn these intense, new ways of life, and it's hard. So, yeah. So sometimes we need a little extra time. And sometimes whenever we're following a calorie restrictive diet, sometimes your body needs more calories than what your calorie restriction that you've set for yourself is telling you. And some people would just say, oh, just suck it up and don't eat, and just, whatever. But I don't think that's always the best thing either. Sometimes your body really needs those calories. Sometimes your body needs it. And you have to, find different ways to actually gauge what your body is feeling. I'm not saying you need an extra 500 calories, but some days you might need an extra 200 calories. You're just depleted. You did a lot more activity that day. Did a lot more whatever. The day before your calories were low. There's so many different things. That's why I think a range of calories, if you're a calorie counting type of person, is better than a target. It's better to have a range than it is just target. But that's just me, and I am not a professional. I am just a person with opinions and thoughts and ideas. But I am not a professional. I am not a nutritionist, a dietitian, a doctor, anybody. I work in insurance. So, okay. Another word. Did I cover extremes enough? Did I talk enough about extremes? I'm very opinionated on extremes, and I don't think extremes are always the best way for a full-on plan. I can understand going to extremes for a restart or a reboot or something like that. And if you disagree with me, go ahead and challenge me, because I'm always willing to change my mind. I'm always willing to hear different perspectives. I find it so enlightening and educational and amazing. So if my opinion you disagree with, I'd love to hear your thoughts, because I'm not against changing my thoughts. It's hard until it's not. That's right, lady. But what about the hot dog rocket on my shirt? So this is Steve's Hot Dogs, and they are a local hot dog joint. Steve Ewing from the band The Urge. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the band The Urge or not, but he is in that band, and he is the owner of Steve's Hot Dogs, and they have all kinds of Star Wars memorabilia throughout their store, and I just like the shirt and I think it's cute, so I bought it one time whenever we were in there. So that's the whole, and I like hot dogs, so yeah. Anyway, that's the story about the hot dog shirts. So the next word I wanted to talk about was the X Factor. The X Factor. So Simon Cowell used to talk about the X Factor whenever I was like watching American Idol, like in their early seasons, and then I just got bored with it and stopped watching it. But like I watched like when Kelly Clarkson was on and stuff like that. But he would talk about the X Factor. And correct. Yes. So Simon was talking about the X Factor. Oh, you have the X Factor. You could probably sing and you dance and you can. Maybe it was whenever I was watching America's Got Talent. I don't know. Anyway, some people have the X Factor. What is the X Factor and how do I get it? That's what I want to ask. What is the X Factor and how do I get it? So if you were to like make up qualities that make the X Factor for somebody that's like losing weight, what is it? What is it? Oh my, lies. Misty, you're telling yourself lies. You have zero talents. You have the ability to bring people together into community. You have a talent at making people smile and making people laugh. You have a talent at pushing to yourself. You have a talent at listening to yourself and telling yourself that that's not right. Like you have so many talents. So many talents. So what? Sorry, you said you didn't have any talents, and I just decided I had to tell you that you had talents. So what qualities make up the X Factor when it comes to weight loss? What qualities make up the X Factor? I think like commitment and discipline are some great talents that make up the X Factor. Those are like two really, really, really big ones. I think that someone who is, just really ready to make a change to their lifestyle, like they're not just about like dieting. It's not just about, oh, I got to diet. And for some people, yes, diets are, all they need. They only need diets. But for people that have a lot of weight to lose, it's like a diet isn't the only thing because they really truly have to make lifestyle changes. It's not that, they, just gained 10 pounds and weirdly because they went through like a traumatic, stressful situation, but most of the time it wouldn't be something that would bother them, but most people that have a lot of weight to lose, they got to make these huge lifestyle changes. So discipline for sure is so important. Self-worth. You only have one talent. That's the STEPS challenge. I don't think that's your only talent, Derek. You are also very skilled at community building. You are a skilled video maker. You made all those awesome like emojis or whatever. So you have many, many, many skills. Many skills. You're also pretty good at those Navy SEAL burpees. I am not that good at those. So you have many skills too. Anybody else want me to tell you what your skills are? We all have skills. We just don't like to talk about our skills. Like that's one of the things that we're always taught not to brag about ourselves too much, but I think that there is something in bragging about ourselves. It helps build that self-worth that we're talking about whenever we can talk about, what makes us awesome, what makes us us. Oh, Derek is so good at doing the hard things. Like when he decides that he's going to like do something, he does it. Like the 75 hard thing that he's doing. Like he does it. Whenever he decides, like he sets these like high step goals and he just like punishes himself until he does it. He like gets it out there and he does it. And that's okay. You're working on remembering to continue it. That's the thing. It's like, instead of thinking, I'm just going to throw this out there as a suggestion, instead of thinking about 75 hard, thinking about 75 hard and beyond. So that day 76 doesn't mean, yay, it's finally over. I get to go sit on the couch and do nothing and eat all the things, and I don't have to read a book, and I can do whatever on day 76. It's 75 and beyond. It's like, how much of this 75 can I keep doing after day 75? That's the one, something that I struggle with the steps challenge, is that I get so, geared up for the steps challenge, and then I'm like working hard at getting my steps every day, getting my steps. And then the day after the steps challenge, and it's like my steps decrease way down low, and I'm trying to work on that, and I keep pushing myself to do these steps challenges and to not think about that it stopped after the steps challenge is over, because I don't want to go from, 100 miles an hour to 0 miles per hour. I want to continue at the right speed limit for me. Yeah, sometimes I got to go a little faster to get me where I'm going, but I also don't want to go too slow. So instead of just like stopping. So that's kind of where I'm like throwing it out there, like, 75 and beyond. Like, the steps challenge might get me to like increase my steps, but I still have to maintain that minimum step count after the steps challenge. Just because the steps challenge is over doesn't mean that my personal goal of 10,000 a day goes away. That doesn't go away ever. That's a constant. That's always supposed to be there. That's part of, just of who I am trying to become. That's who I want to be. That's who I define as Deanna. Yay, that's the best thing. I was clapping because I liked when Derek said, I have to admit this challenge has opened my eyes quite a bit. I don't think I will fall afterwards. Yay. Yay. Just remember to continue. Some people really need that discipline. I know a few people, or actually I know like 2 people who are in their like 10th iteration of 75 hard. They just keep doing it again. They're like 75 hard, cycle 3, 75 hard, cycle 5, 75 hard, cycle 7. And they just keep doing it because it's just easier for them to just always keep doing it. Because if they're not, it's kind of like with my habit tracker, like these are the things that I want to do every day, and 75 hard is just their version of a habit tracker. So they don't ever want to, really stop doing it. They just want to keep doing it because it just helps them stay accountable for the things that are good for them, that they feel good about themselves when they do them. Just pick yourself up quickly. That's the biggest thing. And a lot of people I've seen over, the years, like the stretch between falling and getting back up gets shorter and shorter and shorter. And I can kind of like relate this to whenever I was like learning to roller skate, which I haven't been doing at all. But anyway, when I was relearning to roller skate, whenever the first time I fell down and I was stunned and I was shocked, and it took me a minute to get back up. But then as I fell, the second time and the third time, it took me less time to get back up. I wasn't as shocked. I was like, okay, I got this. I just get back up. And I think that we need to, accept that it's okay to fall. And whenever we do, let the time in between be less and less and less each time. Like, it's okay. It's okay to fall. And, sometimes, it might just be overnight. We might fall at night, and then the next morning we just get back up. Sometimes we're going to fall, and it's going to take us a week before we get back on track. But maybe, the more we're like, accepting that, we're human, we're not perfect, we're going to have times whenever we, aren't doing the things that we want to do, and we just get back on track. And don't get stuck in the negative self-talk, in the I suck, I'm never going to get this, I'm worthless, 100 other terrible things that you can... No. I'm human. Brush yourself off. Get up. Do it again. It's like no big deal. Keep moving forward. You can learn a lot from failure, but you have to try and learn from it. And everybody, learns differently from their failures. But we just have to think about it. What did we learn from that? What can we do? We're falling forward all the time. All the time. All the time. Oh my God, I am so thankful for you all. I'm so grateful that you are here today. It just, makes my day. # no matter what. Love it. Love it. Like I said, you guys make my day. I'm just so happy that you guys were here today. Was there another word that, X, you think that we should talk about before we go today? So many phases. Only two letters left. I know. Unbelievable. Excellent. Yes. Excellent live stream. And you all are excellent. And you all are excellent. What did you do today that was excellent? That's what we're going to leave on today. Everybody tell me today, what did you do today that was excellent? What did you do today that was excellent? I hit my step goal today. That was excellent. I put all of my calories into my Fitness Pal. That was excellent. What did you do that was excellent? I went to my morning boot camp today. That was excellent. Yes, when we get to the letter C, we can talk about the zoo and how it relates to weight loss. As long as you can relate the word to weight loss, we can talk about whatever word you want to talk about. But you have to somehow find a way to make it relate to weight loss. You can't just talk about, the zoo and how the prices of the water is astronomical. You guys are getting ahead with the letter Z there. 18,000 steps so far? That is excellent. Wow. That is excellent. You worked 14 hours? Wow. My lives are always on Wednesday at 7 p.m. right now for the month of, they're going to continue to be Wednesdays at 7. For the next two letters, for Y and Z, whenever I start up season 2 of the ABCs of weight loss, I might be changing the day and time, but I haven't fully decided, and I need to make a decision pretty here soon. But I'm kind of worried that my work is going to go haywire on me, so I think I might be moving it to Saturdays. I don't know yet. Earned 2,000 steps to beat yesterday. Yay. All right. So, I'm glad. Remember, it's important to celebrate your successes. It's important to remind yourself of what you did excellent at. It might sound silly, but it does tell your brain somewhere in there that you're proud of yourself, you're excited about it, you're happy about what it did, and then it wants to create that happy because you're giving yourself these happy endorphins. They help fuel your body. Your brain loves when you give yourself happy endorphins. So whenever you do that, it wants to create more of those. So that's why it's important to celebrate what you did excellent. That's why it's important to celebrate your wins. So just, there's a reason for celebrating these things. It's important. Ooh, you're starting back your lives on Tuesday. Sure, I'm down. I am down for anything. Just let me know. Okay, so if anybody, I don't know if that was an open invitation to anybody, but check out Michelle, Life Adventures with Michelle. She does amazing things. So, anyway, those are the wonderful words that we're talking about today. Oh my God. Sexy, next, extreme, X Factor, next, extra, like so many great words. Yes, we did have to kind of like bend the rules a little bit on the words that begin with the letter X, but X is a difficult word. We have some good words next week. We have got some good words next week, so I hope that you can join me. Again, we're going to be Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Times. Next week, we're going to be talking about words that begin with the letter Y. But for now, I'm going to have to say goodbye because we've got 1 minute till 8. Thank you. Thank you again. Don't forget to click the like button. Come back and leave me a comment if you would be so kind. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so very much. I will see you in the next video. As always, it's going to be an adventure. Bye. I always hate saying bye. Sexy extra warriors. Oh my God. Okay, bye. I love you.